Now opposition has become more stronger.
So lots of reaction coming in, including on the markets. Let's take you straight to our business correspondent, Archana Shukla, who joins us now from Mumbai. Good to see you. What's happening in the markets at the moment?
Well, the markets have closed after a bloody bath on the stock markets. Both the benchmark indices, the Nifty and the Sensex, lost more than 8% in trade. And on the close, they were still nearly 6% down. And whether it was the stocks, bonds or the rupee, all fell. And the biggest disappointment that most of the investors around say is that Prime Minister Modi's BJP is not able to, or is unlikely to win a clear majority on its own. One of the investors who I was talking to earlier in the day said that this leads to uncertainty in government's economic policy making and the reforms agenda. It slows down the process, and that could mean that the investments that we were seeing in infrastructure and manufacturing, some of which have actually been driving the GDP growth for the country, could slow down, at least in the near term. Although most of the economists say that India's growth potential is very inherent, and irrespective of which government comes to power, India will continue to grow and be the fastest growing major economies in the world. But certainly in the short term, the BJP not winning a clear majority is something that's concerning the investors, who feel that the pace at which the economic reforms were taking could slow down.
Archana, can you tell us more specifically of some of those policies that might directly be affected if the BJP don't get this majority?
Well, the BJP, Prime Minister Modi's, economic reforms have been led by massive investments in infrastructure. So we've seen this government spend massively on building roads, airports, highways across the country, and that has contributed to the construction sector or the manufacturing sectors to go up, and it has contributed some way to the GDP. And these are the sectors where investors feel there could be a slowdown, and that's why when you saw the stock market reaction today, whether it was the infrastructure companies, the energy sector companies, oil and gas, or even capital goods companies, or state-run banks, in fact, also lost heavily in trade today. But consumption-driven companies saw a leg up, which some investors say, and analysts who are watching the market say, that if an alliance, if the alliance has a majority, then the government may have to push forward through more populist measures and spend more on welfare schemes, and that could be the direction that the government would have to be taking. But the opposition parties on their part had been pointing out, and some of the critics of the government have been pointing out, that the economic growth that has come under Prime Minister Modi has been unequal, and the gains have not trickled down to the masses, and rising unemployment has also been something that the economy needs to be careful about.
Archana, thank you so much. Archana Shukla joining us there from Mumbai.